Hello everyone and welcome to the PlayStation Access podcast. This week we've got a very special guest joining us for some chaotic fun in Samantha Béart, aka Karlach from Baldur's Gate 3. Join us for chats on romance in games, bad poetry, and what goes into making the characters we love. Enjoy! Hello everybody, welcome to the PlayStation Access podcast, the official podcast of PlayStation UK, where this week we are talking all about romanceable characters because it's just been Valentine's Day, so we thought we'd keep the love in the room.
Aww.
So you've got me, Ash and Rosie, and also Sam Béart.
Hello.
Yes.
Love is in the air. Or has been.
Yeah.
Is it over now?
I don't know. I feel like
Are we done with love?
the musk remains.
Musk remains. What a way to start.
love.
Fantastic. I'm here for it.
Sam Béart is an actor and the voice and body, because you do the mocap as well,
Yeah, baby.
of Karlach in Baldur's Gate 3, so I'm especially
Hello.
excited. I got my Mind Flayer shirt on ready. I was like, let's have
that's very canon. I love it. Just as he appears in the game.
it's exactly
cool.
the same.
That's very cool.
My dad got it me. He was like, you've got to wear it for Dungeons and Dragons related content.
Oh,
I said, I was like,
that
Karlach's
is
coming
so
in. He was like, put the shirt on. So
Karlach will like you more.
yeah, exactly. So that is our theme this week. Basically, love romanceable characters. And of course, we've got to do our pun intro names. So they're names inspired by Baldur's Gate 3 companions. Okay. So, Rosie,
Okay.
you are Rosie.
The fact that you stuttered made that so much better. Yeah, it's a great one. I love puns. I love how fluently that flows.
This is why I love
puns.
Yeah.
Was it Asterosian?
Asterosian. Yeah, with the in on the end actually works much better, doesn't it?
Asterosian.
Asterosian.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Astrosian.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
I usually take it very badly when people judge my puns, but I'll give you a pass, Sam. So
It's going to get worse.
Yeah. So
I'll be kind. I promise.
Oh my goodness. Well, I have got mine. I really crave your approval now. Mine is Mintharash.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
nice.
Okay.
Small round of applause.
Oh, thank you. That
Little cricket
feels
round
so
of
good. And Sam, I obviously had to try and fit Karlach in there for you.
Yeah.
So I've got
Oh, no.
Sam Béarlach.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
It could have been worse. It could have been Sarlach.
I mean, I'm sarcastic. I like to go with Darklach if you go for a evil origin run.
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
you can
that's
do. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
I
It's
liked
not. It's
that.
not the worst.
It really isn't.
Yeah.
To be fair, I wasn't sure what to expect. I was thinking like Sam, Karlach. Even I was thinking like, how did these do it?
How'd she do it?
It's impossible.
She's really
genius. The pun queen.
Ooh. I also had names for Dave and Rob, who aren't here today,
Let's
rudely.
make fun of them while they're away.
Yes,
Of
please.
course.
So, Rob is Jahirob.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Jahira. He's not here, so I'm just wafting over this way. And Dave, Princess of Our Hearts, is of course Shadave Heart.
Okay,
It sounds like Sir Dave Hart, but you've got some sort of lisp. Shadave Hart.
Shadave
Hart.
I think that one's my
Blessed
favourite.
man.
That's very good.
Shadave Heart.
Yeah, I think that one got me.
I think you should just start calling them that without any context from now on.
Every time I try and talk to Rose, you go, as
You understand what I'm trying to say.
Right, so for a little preview of what we're talking about on this week's podcast, we're going to have our main feature, which is, in light of Valentine's Day, is about romanceable characters and all that good stuff. We're then going to go to comments of the week, which are community highlights from the hashtag Pod Squad.
Pod Squad.
Oh yeah, whenever we say hashtag.
Yeah.
I was late, but I'll make it next time.
Every time we say hashtag Pod Squad,
Pod Squad.
that's
Pod
it.
Squad.
Yeah, literally, we always do that. Pod Squad.
Yeah.
Do we have to do shots if we miss this?
Yes.
Excellent.
That's
What are we
the
drinking? What are we drinking?
A nice glass
the
of
morning.
water.
Oh, a shot of water. It's good for you, Sam. Oh, I'm getting old.
Good for the hydration, as we've said.
It is.
We then got Before We Go, which is some coverage outside of gaming. But first, it's the weekly question. What's new? What's new?
What is new?
What's new? Okay, so what is new is that there are some games that have recently come out which we've got to get through first. So Banishers.
We've got to get through.
I love you sounded like you got to have your dinner before you get to the pudding.
Yeah, the main feature, I'm excited to get there. I want to talk about romance
games.
Yeah. Oh no,
he likes
come
games,
out. Not me. But the first one I've got on my list is Banishers Ghosts of New Eden, which came out on the 13th of February on PS5, which is about two lovers that are also Ghostbusters, but one is also a ghost. So that throws a bit of a spanner in the works. I feel like it's a bit of a conflict of interest to be a banisher.
Hunting ghosts and being one.
Exactly.
Yes. So
that, I've been having a little play of that actually, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the spookiness of it. I enjoyed the setting of it. And I really like that there's a choice in between every haunting you go to, whether you can choose to banish the ghosts, so just send them away and be like, back to the void with ye. You can ascend them, be like, go to the nice place after death.
Aww.
Or you can blame the human that is involved in the haunting case, steal their life force, and feed it to your lover.
That's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Feed it to them.
Yeah. So you get this little purple orb and you're like, Antea, have a snack on that. And she's like, that's how she eats it. And you can do that in a way of trying to bring her back to life, basically, because you got to go and find her body. That's the main thrust of the game is she's been killed. You got to find her body. There's an evil ghost in New Eden doing loads of evil ghost business.
Always.
You know what they're like?
Always kicking off.
I know. And she's proper Larry about it as well.
Well, you would be, right?
Yeah. I know. She's the screaming. She sounds, the voice of this ghost sounds exactly like the Maiden of Chalices from Blasphemous 2 as well. So much so that I was like researching it.
Did you look them up?
Yeah, they're different. They're different.
Oh.
Well, I don't know what it means, but
well, one actor has to die.
Yes. That's what happens.
Oh yeah, if you've got a doppelganger, they're going to be taking your work. You're going to kill them.
If you start doing impressions of people.
I was really getting into the game and just LARPing it in real life. It has nothing to do with murder, Your Honour.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought the theatre is where actors go to perform? No, it's where they battle.
We get revenge.
It's where we battle to the death.
It's an arena. We've also got Ultros that came out this week on the 13th of February on PS5, which is a gloopy, sploinky, platforming, like neon raver adventure.
Very colourful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're just this really awesome looking character, but it is, when you say like neon, it fully is like, when I say neon, I mean neon.
Yeah.
Like, you know when you're in a spinning cup and you're wearing clothes that like really
and you're wearing clothes, no?
But you know the ones that really...
Do you know what? Just let her go. Let's see where she goes with this. Tell us this story even.
Or when you go to a bowling alley and you feel really cool, where you look at your shoes and you're like, wow, the neon's really shining on my shoes or on my coat or something.
Oh, like blacklight when it glows in the...
It's very much like bright colours, and you look and you're just like, wow, just like me when I'm at the bowling alley and I see my jumper and I'm like, wow, it's glowing.
You're reminded of your bowling alley jumper. Well done, devs. Yeah.
Great work.
It sounds great.
It does sound great.
It is good. I wrote this down specifically because I think it's an amazing comparison from me, video game journalist Ash Millman.
Rather than bowling alley Rosie spinning teacup at the fair Rosie.
I don't know, it's very real. Yeah. It's very relatable.
Yeah. That's my journalistic
I wore my
angle.
clothes too, actually.
Oh my goodness. But have you heard the frog music on Instagram? The one that's like... I
defy Instagram.
Well,
Twitter is my void of choice to scream into. So yeah, I'm afraid I'm totally ignorant.
It may have appeared there. There's a frog. And there's some music, but it sounds like a frog. So it's like a man playing a weird jazzy saxophone that's been like altered, and it's literally like, and it sounds like a frog like grooving on a lily pad. That's what this game is.
Later. You have to show us this.
Yeah, someone in the comments will know.
Of course they will. They're already music. Typing.
You fools! What you actually meant to say
was it's this genre.
It's not a frog. It's a toad.
Yeah. Oh my god, it could be.
Oh no.
When will Ash Millman learn to distinguish the difference between frogs and toads? They're not the same thing.
Exactly, they're on me. It's video game journalist Ash Millman, actually, to the comments.
Well, that's it, you see, not a zoologist. Yeah. That's the problem.
Right, we've also recently had Resident Evil 4 Gold Edition that came to PS4 and 5. Oh.
What are you buying? The Gold Edition, stranger.
Yeah, there we go.
What are you selling?
What are you selling?
I like how we're literally I think something's happened to all of us. We've all got together and we're all like
breakfast, everyone.
We've all our energies combined and we're all gone feral.
When I eat food. I'm really sorry if I'm bringing the tone down. Okay.
No, not at all.
Elevated. No, this is
right.
great.
Oh, okay.
Go more.
I'll carry on.
Dive in.
Lord.
More merchant from Resident Evil 4, please.
Yeah.
I want the whole podcast like this now. All of us just doing the merchant.
What other games have you got for us today?
You're going to have to kill that actor now. You can.
I don't know. I sound enough like them, darling. I think I'm safe.
But the Resident Evil 4 Gold Edition came out on the 9th of February. It's the base game and Separate Ways, but also an extra DLC pack, which was previously only in the Deluxe Edition.
Ooh.
So like extra things that I didn't write down.
And Separate Ways is a great DLC as well. It's a great like bonus adventure. Ada's like a badass in it as well, doing all the flips and tricks with the grappling gun. She's like, there's a scene where she's got like gadget eyes as well, and you're like, oh, gadget eyes and Wesker. Oh, sorry, I could talk about Resident Evil 4.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Bring it to every game, baby.
I still need to play Separate Ways, like it's on my list of things to return back to. So maybe Gold Edition is where it happens for me. Have you played a bit of Resident Evil 4?
I've played a bit of Resident Evil over the years.
There we go.
I have a very long list of things to get to my shame.
No, that's honestly the backlog. That's everybody
backlog
has
is
one.
real.
Everyone has one. You got, and you're.
It feels like an achievement when I actually finish a game now, rather than start it and forget and move on. So, yeah,
I feel that. Honestly, we get so many games come through that we just try a little bit of, and then we're like, right, we've got to do the next one for coverage, and it's like this little graveyard of beautiful experiences. Like, oh, maybe I'll go back there one day.
I'll visit you. I'll lay flowers at your grave.
It's like you prepare a save thinking, when I come back to this is the perfect place to carry on. I've had to do that with so many games that are still waiting, and I'm like, I've forgotten about what the saves are.
And then I do come back and I go, oh, I've forgotten how the controls work and the whole story.
Elden Ring, not knowing what the heck has gone on, and then coming back to it and trying to figure out what boss I need to kill next or where to go. Crazy.
Sounds like you need a journal in the game.
I love.
Is there one? Can you catch up with it? Like, go. No. It's just done from memory.
Genuinely, I love making notes I did it with Dark Souls, because Dark Souls I played it like a chunk, and then I'd have a little bit of a break because something came up, and I have like my notes still in the PS4 case.
Smart.
And I was like, okay, so I've got to go to this area. Of course, reading them, I'm like, what was I writing? Who
wrote this?
Who wrote this?
Nonsense.
But then when I actually do then look it up on Google, I'm like, oh, I remember that boss now. Then it's all working out. So I'm a big fan of actually
actual notes.
Writing down the notes.
That's good. I saw someone make a gorgeous journal where they'd done like artwork of the bosses, they'd written all the story that they were going through, what they'd picked up, all that, but they'd spelt Margit the Fell Omen as Margaret, and they'd done this gorgeous illustration, but the name was wrong, and I was like,
ruined the immersion.
Yeah, I was like, what? Oh, I'm so sorry, mate. You've done all this work, and it's Margit. I'm afraid
there was a fan of Karlach on. A fan, apparently, pronouncing it Kayla.
Kayla?
Yeah, just kept saying Kayla.
Ooh.
I was like, right, wow. Big fan.
Yeah.
And every comment was ribbing this poor guy for it, and I was like, okay.
I like that. He's got his like normie name mixed in there. Like,
maybe, who knows?
He's like a real world Karlach, Michaela.
I'd call her Kayla.
Yeah.
She likes it.
It sounds like a really like little nickname as well. It's like, oh,
that's what I hope it is.
Yeah,
Big Kayla. We have got coming out as well, moving on from the games that have released, the ones that are coming up, Pacific Drive coming out on PS5 on the 22nd of February, which is driving a beat-up station wagon around the zone, which is basically this exclusion zone that's covered in strange paranormal things going on. And you've got to repair your car, collect things, figure out what's going on, and it's a driving survival crafting adventure is how they describe it.
Nice,
Lots of hyphens.
Yeah.
So it looks really cool. I'm excited to give that a go.
Is there some sort of post-apocalyptic setting, or is it
See,
now?
I don't know.
Ooh.
You'd hope so.
You'd hope so. It's something to look forward to, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's in the future.
Oh, I've got something to do. But yeah, that's coming out, which is very exciting. So those are our newnesses of this week, of this fortnight. Plenty of stuff to be getting on with. And now we get to the main feature, which I'm excited for. So let's go to the romance section. Main feature time. Oh, it's the announcer voice is out tonight.
Announcer voice is back.
Voice.
Yes, it's romance time. So I am excited for this because my main question that I wrote down, and Rosie was really shocked that I'd put this on here. She was like,
it was more because I misinterpreted it.
And I'm about to.
Yeah. It is Sam Béart. Have you romanced yourself?
In real life? In the game? I only play as Origin Karlach.
Yeah! Oh my god, so you play as her instead?
I have been playing as her. I did for a while. Yeah. I had a few hours and then I went, do people really want to see inventory sorting? And like the fact that I've got to control 4 characters in this, I wasn't quite sure. But for the novelty factor, yes, I have played as the Karlach, trying to romance everyone, which is also my general play, which is my play style in Mass Effect 2, which was much easier because the algorithm was a bit simpler back then. So you just dump someone, they're cool with it, move on. It was very Captain Kirk of me. And I'm not ashamed.
Rosie's got stories about her.
I was actually going to say, so I've been playing Mass Effect through the trilogy recently, and so there was Caden
growls.
There was Caden in Mass Effect 1, and I didn't want to romance. I was just being nice to Caden. I was just like, just
we have a
nice.
Gale situation.
And Caden was adamant, and then my shepherd, there was a scene in the locker, and then my shepherd was getting close, and I was just like, no, you do not want to romance Caden. You want to save it for Mass Effect 2 when you see like more characters popping in. And then they slept together. And
what are you like?
I know. And now that in Mass Effect 2, Caden's there, and it's just like, bye, Caden. Like, I'm like, Garrus was my romance, and I love Garrus. So then I went into Mass Effect 3 thinking, me and Garrus, literally the start of Mass Effect 3, Caden has got injured, and my shepherd's like, I'm really worried about Caden. Oh, no. And I'm like, no.
Garrus is just there.
Yeah, literally, I'm like, Garrus is
just there.
I've just met Garrus, and literally my shepherd at the start was just like, oh, I'm really worried about Caden, and I'm just like, no, you're not. So whenever there was the conversation prompt, I just went,
you right, mate?
Yeah, they were like, oh, I think Liara was like, oh, do you want to go see Caden? And I was like, the planet's more important right now. I was like, the planet's more important.
We've got to save the universe.
Got to save the planet. Got to save the universe.
God. Just going to go and see Caden, just slowly put your hand over his mouth like, I've had enough of you. I'm trying to sleep.
DLC.
I'm trying to sleep with Garrus. Fully Real Housewives.
I'm trying to sleep with Garrus. Leave me alone, Caden.
Come round later.
That was your vibe, though, Rosie. Literally, you were like, I don't want to see him. I don't want anything to do with him. I guess I'll sleep with him.
Well, to be fair, like I was streaming it at the time.
Character won't be needy or clingy, will they?
I thought so when I was streaming it at the time, and the chat, they were saying like, go on, do it. So I thought, okay, I'll do it for them.
Chat's fault. I also blame chat for all my mistakes.
Yeah, so I blame them, but also I won't lie, a bit of me was also like, well, no one else is romancing me in Mass Effect 1. Might as well, get a romance in each of the...
a bit.
Yeah, might as well.
Have a little taste.
See how everyone's doing. So I was like, Mass Effect 1, all right then, let's just do it. Fulfill his wishes. He loves my shepherd that much.
Fulfill his wishes. Nothing to do with me. It's chat and a fictional character. I have no agency. They made me do it, officer.
Oh my goodness. I also, moving on from that, want to ask you, Sam, what it is like, hearing about Rosie, just doing it for chat, just pleasing Caden. What is it like playing a romanceable character? Like, obviously there's lines drawn between the two, like you and Karlach are separate entities, but what's it like playing someone that can be romanced in a game with your voice attached to it?
Fine.
And Ronnie's all right. Yeah.
I mean, like,
is it cool? Are you like,
it's fine. I mean, I don't really know what to say. Just because, like, a lot of game, I like very heavily narrative games. Yeah. Obviously a Mass Effect fan and a Dragon Age fan. So it's not like freaky to think that if I was playing a character, that's a possibility. As you may or may not know, we had intimacy coordinators available to us, and I used that person.
Yeah.
Because,
wait, what's an intimacy coordinator?
Do you not know?
No.
Oh wow. So
it's a job.
It's a new job.
Wow.
It's a new job because back in the day, before Me Too, basically, you would have a choreographer for dancing, you would have a fight coordinator.
Yes.
But when it came to sex, good luck.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Everyone's on set. Off you go. Who are these people? That's what would happen. And it's gross. And basically a lot of movement people or even fight coordinators retrained as intimacy coordinators. And they're there just to make sure that everyone's happy on set and protected and all these good things.
Yeah.
And video games have started using that, and Baldur's Gate was no exception. So other people did the physical scenes.
Yeah.
The general rule is if Karlach or if any of the characters are touching each other in any way, someone else did that mocap. If they're not and they're speaking, it's the actor doing it. So there's it's a collaborative thing, and then it's all sort of meshed together. But yeah, I say romance covers a lot, doesn't it? It covers the lead up and the doing of. Let's say the doing of is not. I've got nothing to do with it, basically. So someone else did the sex noise. In fact, the bloke who did the sex noise is very public. Alex Jordan. He went online. He talks about it, and it's like, you've got some really good credits to your name. Oh, okay, we're doing that.
Good grunts.
Hi, Alex. But yeah, he's very proud of his work. Sure. It was very safe. I mean, it's funny that you said, have you romanced Karlach? And I went, no, but actually I have, because very early on, if you play Origin Karlach, once you get off the Nautiloid, do not go anywhere near Shadowheart. Have a long rest. And Karlach has a little think about what she wants to do in Baldur's Gate, and that's why I had an intimacy coordinator, because I'm doing this in front of the world, and it's got to look like I've got to feel like I'm on my own and not being observed. So it was great. She came in and she just set the tone. It wasn't just about making sure I'm comfortable with everything. It was like putting a sign up on the door so people walking past are like, oh, it's so completely innocently, but yeah, putting signs up, blacking out the windows, that sort of thing, and of course, because she's in there, everyone's behaving themselves as well, and it's like, if something's a bit it's like, imagine it's this thing you like. So I felt really comfortable, and hearing it back, I was like, okay, yeah, I don't think I would have been able to have gone that far with it if
Oh, fair enough.
Rude.
It's
rude. Very funny. People said she's writing her own fan fiction.
Oh my goodness.
It's a little bit more involved than that, but yes.
I have not seen this scene, so like...
it's a very specific trigger. It's for Origin Karlach, straight off the Nautiloid. Have a long rest.
Okay.
You're very tired. You've just, got out of hell.
You need a bit of a break.
You've got a hell blade. Yeah. Hellburn blade. Sorry, Everburn blade? Everburn blade. Everburn blade. Don't at me. And then you're very tired, and have a little think about what you're going to get to and make up for the last 10 years.
Karlach and fan fiction, they feel like they go together really well. Have you read any like?
No, I'm very aware of the internet. Yeah, I'm not going to do this to myself. But to be fair, if it's Karlach, it's not me. There's a separation there, and people are pretty respectful and not shoving that sort of thing in my face.
Well, that's definitely really good.
And that's what I really like about the fandom. They know where the boundaries are. Yeah, 99.9999% of the time. Yeah. Count on one hand odd encounters.
There's always the odd.
There's literally always one. Yeah, and it's like one. So it's all right.
If not Karlach, then who is your favourite romance in Baldur's Gate 3? Who are you going for when you're origining up the place?
See, I'm thinking a Karlach run. Karlach, who doesn't have Tav's good influence. Who's hellbent on revenge. Oh. It's like, screw these tieflings. Yeah. They don't do nothing for me. Something like that. Yeah. Right. So you ruin the grove. And it's just out for like herself. So meeting Minthara. Yeah. Because my God, I don't know if you've seen Emma Gregory's performance when you romance her, but when you romance her as Karlach, wow. Yeah. No, it's something else. Yeah. Okay. Canonically, Karlach will take whatever she gets. Like, she's really... People were asking me as I played, who are you going to romance? And I was thinking, well, if this is real life, I don't have any choice. You just see what happens, right? Yeah. And I was like, look, anyone who's not unkind and everyone's attractive in Baldur's Gate, so it's fine. It's true. It's like, look, she's not fussed, babe. She's not fussed.
Anyone that can get past the touch barrier, it's like, let's go.
Yeah. Even then, it's like, maybe a fire resist potion or something. We'll try it out.
I tried to... I just was seeing who fancied me at like the first party at the Grove, because I was like, what are my options?
Everyone, I think, isn't it?
No.
Yeah. Oh no.
Well,
no. Were you a bad person? Is that why they didn't like you?
I made some...
Did your actions have consequences?
I think so, and now people won't sleep with me.
I will make them like I deserve.
Look, suddenly I'm really nice.
But I spoke to Karlach and I was like, so... and I got there, let's be friends, soldier. And I was like, okay. Shadowheart, though, obviously, she's my lady. Okay. So I committed to her, but I thought
like the second night in the game you committed to...
and then I found out she's polyamorous and was like, and I'm committing to everyone else, baby.
Nice.
Because Rosie, your romance is Halcyon,
Yeah,
right,
so
isn't it?
I was going to say like Halcyon.
So
I
love
all of them. I love all of them.
I love all of them.
Yeah.
And like when I first started the adventure, I was actually thinking Gale, but then Gale started asking for all the magic food and stuff, and I was just...
and then threatened to blow himself up if you didn't go out with him.
And then so after, when you have like that first night at the first party, I went up to Halcyon, and that's like the time where because I've heard so many people from loads of players, and they're like, oh, Halcyon's so up for it. And I went up to Halcyon, and he was like, no, you go have fun at the party. I was like,
No.
I was like, rude, but I want to have fun with you. So instead, then I was talking to Shadowheart, and I think this is just where I'm bad at this sort of stuff. Shadowheart was like, do you want to share this bottle of wine with me? I was like, yeah, we can have a nice chat. So I said, yeah, like we can have a nice chat with some wine. And then I spoke to Gale, and Gale was a bit more like, hey, do you want to
see some magic?
Yeah, like later on, I picked up on that. And then I went to bed, and I had the option of both Shadowheart and Gale, and I just thought, I think Gale, I was like, no, I want to Halcyon. So I thought, Gale, I know what you're intended to do, but maybe I'll just have a nice friendly drink with Shadowheart. So I did, and we were chatting.
I know what you're intending to do.
It all starts with a nice friendly drink, doesn't it?
So I was talking to Shadowheart, and then it did have the prompt to kiss, and I was like, do I do it? But I didn't know any about the characters or anything like that, and I didn't know that if I went with the Shadowheart route that I'd be blocked out from Halcyon or anything. So literally, Shadowheart was there waiting, and I could see it. I could see what was happening. I just went, "Don't kiss, no, I want Halcyon." And Ash was fuming at me.
I just think you should do some kissing. I just think you should.
But you can. You just do it with different characters.
Yeah. I love Shadowheart. Like we've written a whole essay about like the whole romance.
Fan fiction about
I have. Yeah. Honestly, it took a lot of editing to get it on Access. But the main crux that it came to was it was basically about how you can write your own story, and Baldur's Gate 3 being just like amazing at crafting a tabletop adventure as it would be in real life. Because when I finally got down to doing the do with Shadowheart, I'd just been to the circus and accidentally put on a bunch of face paint.
Funny, I've seen footage of that.
I had this like gorgeous,
very serious moments that you remember on your deathbed. For a different reason.
100%. Like I was having a little midnight
swim. Did you record it?
I did. Yeah.
Can I see it?
Yeah, I can. Yes, you can. It was very
The face paint didn't come off in the water. This is a game-breaking bug.
That was what I wrote about as well. I was like, I thought it would come off, but it's grease paint, you know.
That's a good
water
point.
repellent.
That's a good point.
But yeah,
I take that back.
She made a fool of me, literally. I was a clown.
Were you both clowns?
No, she wasn't a clown. It was just me. That was the thing.
Oh, that's it. I've got to see this.
Yeah.
But you were the prettiest clown in the water.
With my illithid, what's it
just
called?
Just pushing that back.
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
Yeah,
I will wear clown paint from now on. It's a new lifestyle choice. Definitely not because I'm covering up my emergent abilities.
Tentacle back up the nose. I think a kind of interesting thing to talk about as well is what do you think makes a good romanceable character? What do you think makes the perfect romance in a game?
Oh wow,
it's a big question.
I mean, I'm not a writer, so I'm just going. And also, I've been in a game where you're having to record every permutation.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like this actions of consequences. I do like now that there's enough bandwidth to write an algorithm to remember what the hell you've been up to. You know, I think you need a couple of lines of going. I think if even Lae'zel will shame you. It's like, this meat has been poked too much, or something like. She said something like that. Something like that. It's quite. I mean, coming from Lae'zel as well. Like, oh, ow. Ooh. But I love the fact that like they've registered the fact that you're all in a circle in camp and everyone can hear what you're and probably see what you're up to, and I think that's brilliant. And I think that threw a lot of players off quite early on. They're like, but why won't they all sleep with me? Because they know and they're repulsed, just like people would be in real life. So again, that realism, I suppose, and like if you break up with, I think particularly with Will and Karlach, they'll rip your heart out. Yeah, they're going to make you feel very bad.
Oh, I thought you meant like
it was going to
go
no, maybe for DLC. But no, they will make you feel bad about it. So I like the idea that it's not, I think Larian themselves have said it's not another trophy. You do the nice thing for the person, you get a cutscene. It's not going to be like there's going to be a lot more involved and whatever mathematics is going on in the background. It's really impressive. And actually, I really do love some of them coming on strong. I mean, the guys that have complained about, Gale showed me some magic, and then, that's what it's like to be perceived as a woman. like, you just go and like hang out with a dude and thought it was cool, and before you know it, they go, I thought we had something special here.
It was like, I just wanted to see your magic trick.
You said magic. I didn't read anything into it.
You asked if I had money and it vanished.
Like realism and consequences and memory. I think that sort of real life stuff is what I like about a romanceable character. Yeah. And it totally scuppers the way I played Mass Effect 2.
Oh yeah? Were you just
I was doing
cruising around?
Yeah, and they let me get away with it.
Really?
Like, oh yeah, Matt, did you not know?
No,
I was like, I just want to see the content. That's all it's got nothing to. And I was like, well, I'm the commander. It's my ship.
Oh goodness!
This wasn't available as in the script, by the way. This wasn't a choice. It's just my own, No act I get into role play. So it was like, okay, so I've done that. That's done. There's no more of those scenes left. You. And they would go, oh, you're with so and so. I'm breaking up with you. Oh, okay, no hard feelings. Great. Right, you ready? Yeah, let's go. And you just rinse and repeat, and there's no memory. And why would someone play like a psychopath like that? I don't blame them for not. Yeah. But it's as if Larry and go, there's a lot of people who play like psychopaths. Let's have some real world consequences for it. So more of that.
I did like that. The some of the options you get later in the game. I think my favourite Baldur's. I don't want to do a spoiler for Rosie because I know you haven't seen this yet. But there's a bit where a sex scene, but a portal opens. Yeah, that bit makes me laugh.
I was going to talk about Harleap. That's much later on, I think.
Yeah. Harleap is great as well.
Everyone knows what you did.
What you did
because of the tadpole.
Oh yeah.
Everyone knows.
Yeah, because they're all linked, aren't they? Oh my
Everyone
goodness.
knows, and they're gonna make
I really want to know what this is now.
I'll tell you after. It's spoilery, so I don't want to say.
No, that's completely fair.
There is some crazy romance options that come up though.
Oh yeah, and that was a fun one as well because everyone's so open in this game that even like the Karlach's boundaries as well, because there's a bit where they go to a brothel and Karlach's like, nah. It's not for me.
Me and Shadowheart were like, let's go.
Because of the specific situation, she was just like, nah, you're all right, mate. You get on with it. I'll wait. And I like that as a personalisation. We use terms like player sexual a lot of the time, and I don't think that really applies in this aspect. So really cool stuff.
It is really good. I love the option of connecting with characters on a deeper level. I think in games is just like it's so cool to see a character have their arc throughout a narrative, but to be able to go on it with them and kind of get like a deeper insight into that. And I think that's really cool. And I think it adds to the replayability as well, because then you've got a reason to go back and do everything 10 times over, haven't you? Especially in something like Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of secret dice rolls going on as well, like from what you've said, where, I thought I could just walk up to House and he wasn't interested. And I just wonder if there's like...
I'm wondering if I did something wrong.
You did something wrong.
But he was just like, go and join the party. And I was just
But it could well be some sort of passive check. That's just a 50-50 chance of him being interested. There could be that. I don't know, I'm just making that up, but I like the idea that it could just be
might
random.
have been because I spoke to Shadowheart and just thought that we were going to...
You spoke to a woman in public?
I spoke to Shadowheart and then she was offering like the wine, and I just thought maybe because I said yes to that, Howson was like...
Everyone can see everything. They can see and hear you.
Maybe Howson was like, oh no, she wants a night with Shadowheart. Meanwhile, I was there just like, no, we're just going to share some wine. Like afterwards, I'm free.
Why don't you join us?
Oh
yeah,
hey, get into their form.
No, but bless him, he was just like, you go have a good time, and I was just like, okay.
I'll be thinking of you.
It's yet to come, Rosie. It's yet to come. You'll get there.
I'll get there.
You'll crack him. I also want to ask, do you prefer storylines where you can pick a partner like a Baldur's Gate 3, or are you a fan of ones where you kind of are thrown into a romantic entanglement as it goes, like the narrative being that way? Cause, like if we think of good old Ben Starr and Final Fantasy 16,
because
you got
Ben Starr,
love that man,
Clive and Jill, like that's kind of like that's a written romance,
and that's a standard
that's
sort of video game experience, right? Most of the time it's unusual to be able to negotiate relationships. I have no preference. I mean, obviously I enjoy the interactive element a lot more, but that requires so much writing and programming to make that work. No, there's no preference. I think it's all well written.
Do you love love?
I just love love.
I do. Oh my goodness. And Rosie, I think this is a question for you to ask, actually. about the boyfriend list.
Do you have a boyfriend list? And if so, who's on your boyfriend list in video games?
This can be any gender as well.
Any. If you have a boyfriend list, can you show me? Can I see?
Oh, wow. Can you show me?
Do you know what? One I regretted was Gareth. We got on better as friends, and it was like, oh no, now, I'm not in love with you, dude, and I don't want to break up. So that was a regret. Are we talking about best boys?
So this is it. So when I say a boyfriend list, everyone thinks that it's
I've
just
made one. I feel unprepared. I'm so sorry.
Everyone just thinks it's characters that you fancy, but it's not.
No, okay.
Literally, do you know Crash Bandicoot?
Yeah.
There's Embryo, who's the mad scientist. He's on the boyfriend list because I absolutely love, it makes my heart so happy when he goes, hurrah! Like he just does this really demonic laugh. And so he's on the boyfriend list.
Are you just talking about favourite male characters in games?
They're just ones that just make your heart just make your heart
sing.
Lift and sing for joy.
I mean, it's always Cloud for me.
Yeah.
But Final Fantasy VII was my first JRPG, so it's always going to have a special place in my heart.
He's a pretty man.
He's so beautiful.
He is also very pretty.
I was going to say, interesting that Link is so androgynous as well. So when you do those missions where you have to pass as female, it's easy. You just walk straight through it in both cases, actually. I haven't really thought about this. So
like every character you're just like I love this character. You're just
loads of them.
Then they can be on the list.
Yeah, well, they're all on the list.
All video game characters.
I didn't think about this at all.
Rosie's is long.
It's written out though. You see,
it needs an update, to be fair, because obviously more video games come out.
Do you know what? Ezio di Auditore.
Really?
Oh, that's a good pick.
I love him because he's like this. Is under when I first played Assassin's Creed 2, it was like discovering that the opening was so Shakespearean, and it's like this new character's been discovered, and it was all there in that opening sequence. This young man who's he's obviously attractive to the ladies because he's jumping out of a window with his pants, But he's athletic and he's fun and he's flawed and he messes up and he's full of bravado and he's about to be brought down a peg or two in the next scene. And it was just this fully formed character was there. And I thought, he's a cool boyfriend, but also it's like, I'd quite like to be him. That's the gender-free thing. A lot of the time, you go, I quite fancy, but I'd actually quite like to be them
all
exactly
the time.
The same time.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah,
that's Carmelita Fox for me. I'm like, I don't know if I want to be with her or be her. I'm like,
¿Por qué no los dos?
Also, I love the way you said Ezio's full name, like a Negroni Spagliato.
That's how he manifests to me.
Ezio, I've forgotten the rest of his name.
Ezio di Firenze. No, Ezio Auditore di Firenze.
Yeah, Negroni Spagliato with something in it. There we go.
Ezio Auditore of Florence.
Yeah, there we go.
It's from a noble family. That's what you do.
Oh man, well, romancing is great, and romanceable characters are great, and so I've prepared a PlayStation Access mini quiz.
Is it all on romance? Is it a romance quiz? Is it a quiz of love? It's a love quiz.
It's a love quiz. I've written some poems.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
Is this a quiz? Hold on.
Are these going to be
quiz?
Yes, I did say quiz.
Yes, I lied.
I spoke about my fan fiction, and this is part of that. This is the poem writing part. So I have selected a bunch of characters that are romantic partners in video games and written them a poem, and you got to tell me who the character is.
Oh.
So Sam, it's you v Rosie. It's getting real.
Oh mate, this one's got a boyfriend list. There's no contest. This is unfair.
Well,
but who's to say they're on this?
I demand a recount.
You're going to get working on yours in the meantime.
Okay, no, I am. I've got one on the list.
Yeah,
that's it. That's all you need. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how we do this is you shout your name when you want to answer. So if you feel like you know the answer,
I've got to shout my own name.
You go, Sam. Yeah.
Rosie, Can I just not shout? Okay. We're not buzzing.
No, you've got to shout your
I'm
own name.
going to make this very complicated so I don't have to do your quiz. So this rule that you... So please carry on, darling.
Yes. So me and my many personalities will read out the poem, shout your name when you think you know the answer. That can be at the end. Sometimes there's an awkward silence because I've done something too complicated.
University challenge.
Yeah.
University challenge.
And the person who has the most points at the end is the winner of a highly coveted pod point. Oh, wow. And you will end up on our leaderboard at the end of the year.
Oh.
If you earn a pod point.
Okay.
Yeah.
She does count them.
I do.
I know.
Yeah.
I can see you're very sincere about it.
I'm very serious about my quizzes. Right, so I'm going to begin. Is everyone happy?
Yes.
Sure.
Focusing.
The first poem is: mutagens are red, so is your hair. Just like two swords, we make a good pair. Oh, guys. Come on. Mutagens are red.
I heard you. I just don't understand.
So who could this poem be to? What gang, maybe?
I'm trying to think. Rosie.
I'm trying to think of characters with the two swords. It's the two swords that's getting me at the moment.
Oh, I need a Rob or a Dave here for this one.
So something is red.
Mutagens.
Mutagens are red.
Yeah.
Just like your hair.
Just like your hair.
Something about swords, and then my mind
I'm not repeating it now after your response earlier. So.
I know.
Something about two swords. And then there was the final bit.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Right, if neither of you know, I'm ashamed, but it's Triss Merigold from The Witcher.
Oh, I haven't played The Witcher. Oh.
Cheating.
Right, okay.
Fair.
Here's one that both of you, I'll be flabbergasted if my poetry does not sing to you here. Roses are red, your carapace is blue. Let's do some calibrations and lock...
Garrus, Mass Effect!
You didn't say your name, Rosie.
Rosie!
Garrus, Mass Effect.
You gotta say your name, Rosie.
We'll split the point.
It was the calibrations.
Yeah, I knew it was Mass Effect. I was like, oh.
Carapace blue, let's do some calibrations and lock mandibles too. That was the last line.
Oh, I just got so excited with the calibrations.
You got it right.
What can I say? I love my calibrations.
Garrus, do be that way. Rosie did get that one.
She didn't though, because she didn't say her own name, which was rule number 1.
It's true, but I'm not allowed to be mean on this podcast.
Okay, I mean you've just been
I want
mean to me.
Though.
So.
I really want to be. Oh God, you're letting it all out, Sam. Let's do 1 point each. It's one each.
One each. That's fair.
Okay. Avernus is red, so is your chest. Let's go slay demons and then get undressed.
Sam, Karlach.
It is.
I hope so.
There you go.
Thank God for that.
Another point there.
I was aware that I played that character.
So 2-1. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
You okay with that, Rosie?
Yeah, absolutely fine.
All right, I like this.
I'm like, next poem.
Give me the poem.
Give me your romantic poems.
The saucer is gold. Lilies are yellow. Be my date tonight.
Rosie, Aerith,
Wrong.
Final Fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, no.
The saucer is gold. Lilies are yellow. Be my date tonight, you handsome fellow.
Oh, Rosie.
You've
Cloud.
already had an answer.
It's not university challenge. I don't know.
Cloud?
No. Cloud takes the option of 3 people to the golden saucer.
Barrett.
Yeah.
Hey!
Just go through them all. I was like, fine, just have
At first I
two
got
more.
the flower garden. That's why I said Aerith.
Yeah,
and then
that's fair.
I was just like, oh, maybe because Cloud can wear it in remake as well. So and then that was the line.
I mean, that's very specific. I didn't have a chance.
I had to set up the game before getting to the person. Okay, so it's 2-2. Last one. Pirates are scary. Sic Parvis Magna. For you I'd fight Jin and adventure through magma.
Rosie?
Yeah.
It's Nathan Drake?
No. The romantic partners. Remember, that's what this quiz is about.
So I'm hearing words that I remember,
Yeah.
but I'm not tying that to a game. Okay.
Pirates are scary. Sic Parvis Magna. For you I'd fight Jin and adventure through magma. That's what he says.
A romanceable character?
Not a romanceable character, a romantic partner.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm trying to think of a romantic
Goalposts
part.
keep moving, Rosie. I don't know about you.
What are the standards of these romances?
Welcome to an Access quiz.
Okay, fabulous.
I'm trying to think of a pirate that has a romance element to them.
I feel like Sic Parvis Magna is the big clue here.
That's giving me Final Fantasy vibes.
They're the wrong vibes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's why I've not guessed.
Like, it gave me Uncharted vibes.
That is the correct vibe.
Is it got to think of the name Elena?
Yes.
Hey! Oh,
well I didn't have a chance. It's not so bad when you don't actually know the answer.
Yes. I love how the whole time I was thinking like pirates. Who's a romancing pirate?
I remember we were chatting before this and setting it up, and I was going, I've played loads of games. I can't remember anything about any of them, and I've just proved that's true.
That's honestly all of the ones you listed.
I did enjoy the poetry. It was transporting.
Oh, thank you. I worked very hard on that. I spent days.
They were very good poems. So big claps for the poems.
Oh. Thanks. Here for any poetry needs. But no, you sent me a massive list, and they were all very good games. And I did pull some for this, but that is
said we could play it, and I could tell you about it. But can I remember a damn thing? No.
Well, your brain's just so full of wonderful
nonsense.
Lines, acting. Like you're taking on these characters. You're not here to remember them. You're to be them.
That's correct. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah. There you go. We got you.
Bless you.
Right. On from poetry, then we're going to move on to some singing, aka comments of the week.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time. It's time for comments of the week.
Yeah! You did
we
it!
got away with it! We got it! First time! Look at that. Natural.
I was nervous in it as well. I was like, where's it going to go? Is it going to come over here? Where's the spirit leading? Right, this is comments of the week. So if you were unsure, it's where we collect our comments of the week.
Wow.
Yeah.
This could go in interesting directions. Where are you collecting these comments?
We're collecting these comments from, specifically, there was a lovely community post on our YouTube channel that said, Sam Béart is here. And people have listed their burning questions for you.
It's nice. So, I like how you've done it.
You may answer as you, or you may answer as Karlach. It's up to you.
Oh, wow, okay.
I don't know. Whatever takes you.
What voice will emanate?
Yeah.
Who will appear?
A whole new character. Let's go.
So we've got our first one from Lily Limro, who says, what's your biggest similarity and difference with Karlach?
That feels like two questions, but...
Lily Limro's just been banned, so there we go.
That very day. We both have a rage button for injustice.
Yes.
Dissimilar. I like reading books, actually. I've got a degree in English, so that makes us really different. She's got a whole hatred for the written word.
Ah,
yes.
I have half a degree in English.
Have you?
Yeah.
What's the other half of your degree in?
Film.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. But I hated reading books for English. That was my...
So you're more like Karlach.
Yeah. I'm like, book bad.
If
Moving picture good.
Gail makes me read any more tomes, I will scream. It's one of my favourites.
Hell yes. God, he does have many a tome. He does love a book.
The other one was like, it's always Gail, because Gail's the one who reads, right?
Yeah.
Even though I've been collecting all these books. I'm like, going, it's not magic, he can't eat it. There was another one where he has some bad news, and she's like, look, I'll distract him. Tell him I haven't read a book since secondary school. Watch his face melt off. So yeah, it's canon. She hates the books.
Good.
I answered that question. Well done, me.
Well done.
I'm just clapping one hand. I've got no... There we go. We've got another question from Suma, who says, what is your most memorable experience in playing Karlach? And a second question added on, because all of these are twofers. Are there any influences you have gleaned from Karlach or vice versa?
Influences.
I feel like, have you learned any lessons, is what they mean by that, from your character?
Nothing. I'll get to that. Most memorable experience is, there's a spoilery scene, but there's a scene where she can get exactly what she wants. Let's put it that way. And the aftermath of that was really memorable. Ooh. Yeah, because there was a lot, she does a lot of covering up for the fact that she's been through hell and is out the other side. And also she doesn't want to be a liability to people, and, it's a happy-go-lucky thing, but it's covering this deep trauma. And there's a chance that actually can escape from her, and she's out of control of that, of keeping that hidden. And yeah, that was a really memorable scene, because I knew it was coming, and it was going to come at some point, and really... It's one of a few times in the game where that little crack starts to appear in that facade. So yeah, that's super memorable, because I was like, finally, just gonna just let it all out and stop covering up. Learning boundaries.
Yeah.
Just have really strong boundaries, and you won't regret it. That's something, as everything's
valuable
taken
lesson,
off.
valuable lesson.
It's good to have that set in place and just stick to it.
I have a question that's not in this list, but you doing the mocap for Karlach, did you do the dancing as well?
I did not do the dancing. No. So as I said, like if I'm not, the clue is like if I'm not talking, It's not me. Also, if it's isometric camera, not me, because it would have been dialogue, right? And mocap. I have been told that is Tamara in Belgium on the animation team. So she does all the fight stuff, the rage stuff, and the dancing.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I found that out at the Golden Joysticks.
Really?
I've been just all over the internet going, it's not me and I don't know who it is. And the head of the animation department, Thierry, he was like, I know you need this information. She's called Tamara.
Find her.
Thank you.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah,
Do you have
shout out to Tamara, because
big shout out
amazing.
to Tamara.
People really love her physical work. And they always ask me, so you should absolutely have credit where credit's due.
Definitely.
What is your go-to dance move then, if not the little...
It's actually not that, funnily enough. Maybe a bit of pogoing, at a gig. You've only got up and down to go in. I like a boogie now and then.
Oh, yeah.
Can't break dance. Can't do a full-on Karlach, I'm afraid. Sorry to disappoint. Yeah, a bit of dance revolution, maybe. I don't know.
He's speaking the right language
really
here.
Love doing this.
Yeah, it's like you're there and you're just stomping the whole time.
Like, okay, that's a skill.
Yeah, you see them like just doing it and they turn around and do all these flips and stuff. And meanwhile, I'm there and I'm just
wrong.
just stomping and jumping, but it's so quick. I'm just like, pretty much kicking the DDR arcade cabinet.
We've got another question from Ben Morris. He says, I'd love to know what their favourite lines were and if any gave them the giggles or were emotional in other ways, which I think is probably tying back to that one where the unleashing moment happens as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many good lines written by Sarah Bayless. Thank you, Sarah. But no, she's just incredible. And there's so much in there that it changes every day. I do remember there's one again, I have to be careful not to do spoilers. I say it out of context and it's, is that Gail's granddad? And I was like, how stupid can I be? Because we know she's a bit thick, but like just everyone else knows how grave this situation is. And this renowned wizard, is that Gail's granddad? He's so cute.
I enjoyed
like,
that.
how thick can she be? And then like any dissing Mizora lines, like there was, which I can't quote because they've got rude words in them. But I do sign them on autographs. People do like to be.
Oh really? That's really cool.
People like to be dragged. It's wonderful. It's really funny. Yeah.
Another question from Rick Dalton now, who says, did you kick the squirrel?
Oh, my playthrough, I wouldn't dream of it. I would not dream of it. No, it's a bit much, isn't it? I remember seeing that.
I remember first seeing it on social media and I was like, oh my God.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
And it's like you can totally do it by accident as well. Like it doesn't say like kick the squirrel. Like it's just like, it's a bit annoying, isn't it? But the best spell in any game is speak with animals, obviously.
Yes.
So like they're funny. They're just funny squirrels.
That squirrel did deserve it though. If you talk to it, like
it deserved to die.
Yeah, it was so rude.
Forced trauma.
Yeah, that and the jay that you can rip the wings off.
Oh my God!
In the grove,
I
was like, hello.
Not even playing dirge, are you? This was the good run.
This is what I made Rosie do on her dirge run because we did just the opening stream, and Rosie was like refusing. She was doing all the rogue options, and we got to the jay, and I was like, you have to do the dirge option.
I wasn't very good, and even when I did do it, I was just like, I
love that about the game as well. Like, in GTA, we're all psychopaths. It doesn't haunt us at night in the way that it does in Baldur's Gate 3.
I didn't expect for it to, just the way that just the sounds. I was like,
oh no, we're doing this for real. Good. Actions have consequences.
You are bad.
Holy Crimp Sauce, that's a nice name, says, what's coming up next for you that fans can check out in any medium as well?
I'm not allowed to say currently. Ooh. Although by the time this is released, I might be allowed to say. Because I did a trailer.
Yes.
And it should be released when this comes out. So sorry, I can't at the moment.
But keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for a trailer.
Ear out, because you won't probably know it's me. Because it's a trailer.
Speaking of things that you don't like, that you've done that I feel like are less big than Karlach, but still, oh my God, Sam Béart did that. The Demon Souls grunts, man.
Yeah, equivalent of Tav.
Yes.
Basically. I think it's voice B in the female
section.
That's
so cool.
So I went in and I died in every. So it'd be like, right, so you're falling 10 feet. Now you're falling 30 feet. Now you're falling 50 feet on fire. Okay. Now you're being electrocuted to death, because I did do a bit of a link. They were like, no, we're going to be a bit more realistic. And the other thing was, when I died, they were like, no, you're harder than that. So I was like, It was just like,
no,
bit
you're
disappointing.
harder than that.
Like, no, you don't make a noise when you die because you're really tough. And I'm like, okay. And so it's all the efforts and all that sort of stuff, but all the different ways you can die.
Yeah,
that was really fun to do. Yeah.
I would love to do that. My dream is just to die in something, in any media.
That can be arranged.
I want to be smeared in this podcast. Let's go. Oh my goodness. What goes into doing that sort of work versus like a full character? Are you just like, let's make some noise?
I mean, we had to do it for the origin characters as well. Because you can die in battle. I mean, I physicalize as much as I can. So if it's a stab to the stomach, you know, but if you have
it just comes out. That's
actor
great.
training.
Yeah.
But the problem is when people overthink it or get stressed, you know, and actually think, oh my god, what would it be like to be stabbed, you know? And then what happens is your adrenaline rises and your throat closes up, and that's how people lose their voices. So it's just like a technical thing. You do 3 years of drama training, it's all good. Like Ben Starr's done it. We've all done it. Most of the British
Ben's
actors,
done it, anyone can do it.
but British actors, like in this country, like we don't. That's why I'm like very hot on the whole voice actors, because it's out of respect for people that do that, because it is really specific, and they are hired to do different voices. I'm not. I'm hired to act a lot. I'm very rarely now. It's either my own accent, and it's either poshed up or commoned down. You know, that's really it. I'm not. You know, what's really nice is that people are now going to source to get the authentic accent, which is lovely. That's where we want to be.
Yeah.
So there's things called like vocal combat training. So you'll be in there for hours, and that's another thing, you have to advocate for yourself, because when the adrenaline's going, and it's not even, you know, I've talked about boundaries, but even I've got that people pleasing thing, and they're like, are you right, Sam? Yeah, I'm fine. No. And they're going, you don't sound fun, and it's like, thank you.
Yeah.
I need your approval, director, because I'm never going to call it. So people's throats tend to tense up because they maybe overthink it a bit. But if you're thinking that it's a physical wound, and the difference between blunt force trauma and a spear going into the shoulder, you know, a shock that's going to, you know, rather than, you know, there's all these different things you can do, and it doesn't hurt me to do them. And, you know, a theatre actor essentially shouting to the back of the theatre, and like an opera singer or a singer, of course, you've got this diaphragm going, so all the tension's there rather than in here.
Do you opera sing as well?
Do I opera sing? No, I'm just talking about a technique that they're using.
Like,
and that's why. But then they don't sing every night, you know. And I was very surprised to find out a couple times a week, because the damage you could do to yourself.
Yeah.
So it's there's technique to it, and so that was it was a couple of hours, because you know it's not a spoken role. It's just efforts or emotes, and I didn't lose my voice.
Woo! One of my favourite clips I've ever seen of like an actor behind the scenes on a video game is Laura Bailey in the voice booth. For Abby, and she's like pretending she's got like an arrow in her
and you've got
shoulder.
to do it because it
like,
sounds weird standing still. You're trying to. Your brain is too engaged, and also we make some embarrassing noises sometimes, you know, when we're even an emotional level, and you just got to be cool with that coming out, and it's real. It sounds real, and players are wincing, you know. I think going back to Link as well, you know, when he like falls from a height, and you go, oh god, because it sounds really real, and it's a weird sound to come out of someone, but it sounds absolutely authentic, and then you're worried about him, which is the whole point.
I'll always remember the one specifically in Tomb Raider 1 when you jump to like, and Lara's just falling. She fully does the scream of someone who is just impending doom upon them.
Apparently I do a good being on fire, ironically, because I just played a character who like is cool with being on fire, but in the Demon's Souls when I'm on fire, people like that felt really bad.
Do you want to give us a fire?
Really. I can't do it without blowing a mic.
Fair enough.
But it's
quite loud.
it looks intense, so I'm not gonna play Demon's Souls remake. And
it is a fantastic game.
But I think though, that's when the imagination comes in. You got to just keep all that open.
Nice. Austin Chen also asks, in video game acting, is there room for improvisation? And if there is, are there any improvised lines that you have in your work?
Yeah, so that's one of those it depends answers. That's really annoying. In my personal work, in my body of work, no. By the time it's got to me, and in this is like from Baldur's Gate to Thomasina in Hobbs Barrow, like, it's been programmed in, and the dialogue's been put in, and it's possibly been translated as well. And then once you change a word, you might be changing the whole sentence in another language, so you've got to be a bit responsible. It's also seen as a little bit arrogant as well to go, I know better than the writer. I mean, TV, it's a bit different because like, you basically can see someone thinking on TV and film because the camera's so close. So if the actor's having a problem justifying or whatever, it will show. And I think that's like the one case in screen you're allowed to change a little bit, but you always ask, you don't just do it. And time is money, so we don't have time to now in some games that's all right, they've budgeted for that, but in my experience, like, you just got to get on with it. So the improvisation comes in the justification of the line. I'll give Karlach as an example because she's the most recent one. Is when Karlach's really angry, she'll go cold. The voice just goes very, very cold. There's a bit where she confronts the guy. She's like, it's a bit Watchmen, isn't it? She's like, one day you're gonna come to me and say, Karlach, help me, and I'll say, no, and it's just cold. It's not that hard. That's interpretation rather than improv, but I think that's an answer to that question.
Yeah, I can imagine from the writer side it being so specific and so thought out, and then when you get to the acting, you always think, they're a character, they should be able to run away with it and like kind of interpret things.
But there's also the thing, the way we do games, we're doing them out of order, and we don't always have the full script available to us. So actually, the writer is the authority, and they are.
Yeah.
And again, in British actor training, like, the writer is God, and it's an interesting problem to have if you can't justify it.
Yeah,
is you have to find a way to justify it, and that's again leads to more interpretation rather than improv, if that's what we're talking about.
We've got one final question from I Am Rex Titan, who says, yay, hi Samantha,
hey,
what's something you love that not enough people have heard of, like an underrated thing to shout out? Probably a game, or maybe food. Or maybe
we could do all of it. There's
a building.
Some really good indie games that came out last year that I don't think that enough people are talking about. There's Venba will pull your heart out.
Oh, is this the food cooking?
Involves food. That's
yes.
the answer, isn't it? Yeah.
Because you streamed it, didn't you?
I did. Yeah. And what I really loved about that game, what was really smart, because all of the, again, it's like it's deathbed moments. It's you're 5 and you're having an argument with your mother. You're 12 and you don't want to eat mother's food anymore. And that's how it does it. It does it in the kitchen. All the action happens in the kitchen. But what it does is it's narrative through doing, and you don't often see that in a game. Is you complete a task, you get a cutscene, right? But in this, the narrative is in the doing, the cooking of the food. So you play the mother in this situation, and when she's stressed, suddenly it's really hard to read the recipe book, and it's really hard to remember how to put that recipe so you start feeling stressed while you're cooking. And there's this amazing music in it as well. It's so well thought out. They've even thought about what would be available in terms of ingredients to her at that point in Canada. They were going year by year because it happens over a span of time. And when she's feeling great, when she's really excited and she's going to cook a feast, it's easy. It's really easy. So that emotion builds. It's so smart. It's a really clever game.
That's gorgeous. I love that.
That does sound.
Please play it. It's
very
really short
invested
as well. You can play it in about 2-3. If you're me, 3 hours, but probably 2. I can't remember how to make dosas.
I mean, you say that, but I am terrible in the kitchen. So
this game's really forgiving that you have an undo button, and I'm like, oh, thank God.
Undo everything, please. Just go back to the beginning. That sounds really cool,
it's
though.
Good. It's a great
really
game.
Like
yeah,
that
highly
concept.
Recommended. Yeah.
I wish undo in the kitchen was a real life button.
I know, right?
I'm terrible.
Also wish just do someone else do it.
Yeah.
Can I eat it?
The best part, please.
Yes.
Oh, right. That is everything from comments of the week now. So we are wrapping up and going towards our final section, which is Before We Go. Okay, before we go then is our section to talk about things outside of gaming to prove we are real life flesh people with real life flesh things to do. And I gave Sam a little rundown before we came to this section, and they've both you two have just been sat here going, you want a bin? You want a bin?
We're going to start a bin company.
We're going to start a bin company, and we're going to sell you the perfect bin for your kitchen.
So, because I told
Brian Butterfield, I did enjoy that.
That's come from talking about the double compartment bin conversation again. So
it's a meme.
Yeah. Do you like double compartment bins?
I have no idea what that is, but I love the idea. We can separate things out into recycling.
I'll very quickly summarise it because I've spoken many times about double compartment bins. So it's like the outside of a bin, you just look at it and you think that's just one bin, but it's got 2 separate compartments.
Yes, but why?
Because, let's say if you've got, this is what I remember explaining this to Rob. if you've got like 2 bins, you can get like circular ones, and then you've just got awkward gaps of space.
True.
Whereas if I've just got like a rectangular one, and then you don't have those awkward circular gaps, or like
it's not as mysterious as I was hoping.
it's literally just
space issue.
Two bins put together, but it's like, you know, you got
one
your
lid. One lid.
No, 2
One
lids.
lid.
2 lids. Yeah, 2 lids. There's 2 pedals.
Wow. I thought it was one lid.
That's very romantic and on topic, I think. Pairing
You've seen
up
my
with your
double
bin.
compartment bin. I showed it to you when you came round.
You did? I just
You
thought
blocked it out.
I
haven't
thought
you?
one lid.
Yeah, really. And Ash, this is just showing you don't care about my double compartment
Well,
bin.
you're going to have to talk about it more, obviously, every week.
Really, I
Until
think this
Ash
is just
gets one.
before we go. It's just becoming the double compartment bin update section.
Yeah.
But other than double compartment bins,
Yes.
Sam, you do streaming outside of all of your acting.
I thought you say all of it. Please hire me. I'd love to work again. please.
But I'd love to put a spotlight on that.
Thank you. That's really kind. So I stream a bit once a week, and it's a live streaming chat show called It Takes a Village, and it's shining a spotlight on the people who make our games. I've not really realised that it's not been covered much, apparently. It's getting a lot of positive attention. And I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the people who've been behind the scenes endorsing me, essentially, for years. And it's taken years for me to get the chance I got. And then the rest was what happened. You know, it wasn't expected at all. But games is unusually friendly and helpful, unlike other parts of the entertainment industry. And because devs wear so many hats, you don't know, like the composer might be directing you, for instance, or the director might be the writer. And so what happens is a lot of word of mouth, and that's how people work. And it's happened to me. Someone wanted me for a workshop the other day, and I thought, no, that's not me. It's this director. Go and work with them. So we all help each other out on that. And it's a phrase we used a lot with our characters on Baldur's Gate 3 as well, because it really does. I mean, it's so many people to make each of these characters. So it's really like a love letter to the games industry, really, and just getting real life people and what it's like, and also like how we can better advocate for ourselves in an industry that's unregulated. And yeah, it's all good stuff. It's about community, and it's like, it's just nice vibes. And then we go, yeah, it really sucks out there right now. But we also have really good people around that you can rally. So it's been really positive. Yes, I know it's games related, but it's not me playing the game.
I'll allow it.
It counts, right?
Yeah, I'll allow
I'm not
it.
obsessed. Who said I was obsessed?
But
No one.
There's different angles of like just streaming and just being in the video game industry as well. You don't always have to be playing a game. Like the many times I just want to watch someone passionately talk about a video game or something that they've bought for their collection and stuff like that. So it's really great that you're covering this angle and stuff as well. So keep it up, keep it going. It's awesome.
Cheers, babe.
You're doing so well.
We're going to start cheering. Sam. Well, I really like that. Well done. There's my take. I think it's really nice. I watched a couple of them. I watched one with Ben Starr, of course, our boy.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, it's just really nice hearing all the behind the scenes stuff and how it works. I think like doing interviews and being on the other side of it where it's like press ish sort of stuff that we do here. There's so many times where you'll talk to a dev and they'll say, oh, you should talk to my friend. Oh, you should talk to this person. Oh, go and have an interview here.
They're
like
good people.
They direct you to the people who have like the creative control over things, and they're so all about hyping each other up and the work they've done. Like you're doing exactly the same thing.
Why not?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm naturally like that. And I think in theatre and film and TV, it can be so competitive. And so you start to like, do you know what? I'm not going to help people anymore. And it's an awful place to be in, you know. But you're not going to if people don't appreciate you. But when it's actually offered before you've even done it, you go, okay, I think I've come home now. So what a wonderful thing to do. Like, you know, I've been given a platform that I don't deserve. Like, you know, I haven't worked for it. People work for years to get the numbers that I get, right? And I just thought, no, let's actually do something with this. You know, let's do something kind for other people. And we also raise money for charity as well, because I defy you, Jeff Bezos, to take half of my money on Twitch. So people are encouraged to give to a charity. It's a very low stakes ask, because it's constant. It's going to be forever.
Yeah.
And it's just a joyous thing. I'm then not looking at numbers, and the retention's good for a show that's just talking. Like, see, it just sort of stays there. So I'm really proud of it. And then it lives on in archive, because that's really what I would like as a legacy, is like people can look back and go, oh, this is how this human used to work. Because I also think everyone works completely differently. That's the other thing. Yeah. And I think I've just like uncovered, you know, you think you know something and you just uncover more and more about it. So it's just endlessly fascinating.
Archaeology, get all the little bones out. Yeah. It's the good stuff.
It belongs in a museum. Yes, it does. It's called YouTube.
Good old YouTube. I don't think I have anything to to add to the before we go section. The only thing I've been watching at the moment is Love Island. So that's all I've got to offer. And the stakes are quite high there at the moment.
I imagine.
Yeah, there's also...
is someone being mean to someone else by any chance?
Yeah.
Oh, no. In a bikini?
Yeah.
No. I'm really missing out here.
And it's really high cut. That's all I know. And every night I'm glued to it going, who could be mean next? Yeah.
How could they be even more mean?
Yeah.
We're about to find out.
Oh!
It's great. How about you, Rosie? Have you got anything on?
No, I feel like it's just been so busy recently with video games, especially at least in Ash and Minesfield. I'm sure it is for you as well, but that's with the video games coming out, it's like covering them, playing them. So it's been very, very busy. But apart from that, we got a kettle this week, a new kettle.
I think I'm going to say
we've gone from bins to kettle.
Yeah, literally. When you said
this.
the bins, I was like, oh, I've got the kettle. It literally
There's a
arrived.
hardware store out there that would love to sponsor this. I'm just telling you. I was about to name one. Don't name them. Hardware stores available. But yeah, they would love you.
Before I got this job, I used to work in an ironmongery, so like selling kettles, bins,
Did
coopers,
you?
irons.
When
I did.
was that?
Yeah, before I got this job, and then I love
it.
Yeah, in my hometown, I got this job. It was one
in
that
an ironmongery. I knew that you were an escape room host, and I knew you worked in retail. I didn't realise you were in...
so the
that's
retail,
isn't it?
was the ironmongery. So it was a store that just sold so many.
You know your bins.
Yeah. Just the amount of people, they'll be like, talking about irons. They're like, do you want a steel plate or a oh my God, a steel plate or a, what's the blooming...
Iron?
I'm having No, there's like...
Copper.
Copper one. I'm having a blank. I used to completely know the names, and I even know because when I got an iron, I was like, I've got to get this one because
it's gone too long, man.
I was in that job for a long time.
Is it ceramic?
Ceramic, that's the word. Thank you.
I know my irons.
Yeah, there you go. So you should have worked with me in the little store.
There's still time.
There's still time. Yeah, let us all go. We'll sell the bins together.
We will. When things get less busy, we'll do a bit of retail.
We'll do a bit of retail, setting up bins. But yeah, like that's why I'm so used to just talking about all these products and getting excited for them as well. And when I used to talk to people like, oh, this iron has this feature, seeing their little faces glow up when they didn't think it would glow up, I was just like, yeah, go buy that iron. Like, it's a good iron.
I've never look. This is a tangent onto irons. I've never been happier with an iron than getting a steamer that isn't actually an iron.
Got a steamer. It's changed my life.
Exactly.
I haven't tried the steamer yet, but I've always wanted to.
Oh, I first saw it on tour when that's how they would iron the costumes, and I went, "What is this witchery? And how do I get in on it?" And it's great.
Yeah.
I get a steamer, Rosie. I think my final question for the whole podcast, because it was our romantic Valentine's podcast, has anybody got any good plans for Valentine's Day? You doing anything nice? You chilling out? You doing nothing?
I'm going to be in Vegas, so
hell yeah!
I was saying I'm there for the Dice Awards. In case you think people are listening or watching, thinking I've suddenly become an inveterate gambler. I haven't. It's actually really busy, and I went, why would it be busy in Sin City? And it's because people get married, Sam. So maybe because I'm there on my own, not with my partner, I might just volunteer as a witness for a wedding.
Yeah.
I really think you should. You
get to meet an Elvis. It'll be great.
I better. I will be Elvis if no one else wants to be. A great excuse.
My goodness.
They made me.
They put this wig on me. Rosie, anything?
The thing, so my partner and I, our anniversary is on the 3rd of February, so we always just sort of do our anniversary, and then because they're so close together, Valentine's, we'll just do what we always do, play a video game, chill out and stuff. So for our anniversary, we bought like sushi for 6 people and we ate it all. At least that's what my mum said. I showed her the picture. She's like, oh, that's for 8 people.
You'll find it's for 6.
We're
not pigs.
We're not pigs. She's like, oh my God. And then she was like, of course you ate all of it. I was like, yeah, we did, Mum. Yeah.
It goes off. It gets very dangerous very quickly.
That's the thing with sushi. I said when we ordered it all, I was like, we have to eat all of this.
It's the law.
It's the law. We have to eat it. Otherwise, we will get very ill. We will die. Death be upon us. So I don't know why I did that so close. So that's what we did for our anniversary. And then we were both poorly as well, so we couldn't really do much else.
Oh, you didn't eat it quick enough then.
To be fair, miraculously after the sushi, we did feel a lot better. So yeah, that's what we did. So that was our kind of like little anniversary Valentine's jointy thing.
It's like Mr. Burns, all the diseases working in tandem. You've got like food poisoning that leveled it out. You're like, I feel loads better now. I'm back. I'm refreshed. I think I'm going to watch Love Island. That's what's my
do what
one
you
is.
love.
Yes.
That's what I say.
I'm going to watch Love Island. Maybe I'll text my boyfriend and update him on the drama, and that'll be that. but that's my plan.
It's a gesture.
Yeah, it's something.
I hope he likes Love Island.
He actually does.
There you go.
There you go. Sorted.
In the bag.
Reality drama is one of the things that we can bond over, so it's perfect. But I will leave our podcast there. Thank you so much for joining us, Sam. It's been so much fun.
Oh, thanks for having me.
It's
been a joy. I've never laughed so much.
Yay!
So thank you.
We've not been this feral in a long time, literally.
Wonderful.
We've got all the men out.
Get them out.
Yeah.
Let the real journalism begin.
It's the Femmes.
We waited so long.
It's the Femmes and Thems podcast. That's what it is. That's what it's going to be.
But so we've had a rebrand.
You've
got to go.
But yeah, thank you so much. It's been fantastic. And please come back again and talk anything, anytime.
Careful what you wish for.
Oh, I wish.
Please come join us.
Okay, all right. It's a deal.
Hooray.
You've seen it here.
Woo!
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for watching as well. Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much to everyone at home for listening, for watching, for being there. We'll be back again in a couple of weeks with no exciting guest, just us normies. Boo.
No, Sam.
Boo.
You better talk about bins.
So in memoriam, we will talk about
Thank
bins.
you. I'm not planning to die, but if I do...
In memoriam. In memoriam. I'm going to hear a Demon Soul's death noise at the end of this. Down 30-foot canyon.
bin? Sam's back in the studio.
But I'm going to end this now before we go even further off the edge. So goodbye. Thank you for watching. Bye.